Hello! Big news from our friends over at Distrokid. They now have an app. This app works on iOS and Android, of course, and it's available in the Apple Store and Google Play stores and all the stores where you buy apps. Go check it out. It's got a lot of cool features. You can upload new releases, you can get notified when you've earned royalties. Awesome. You can withdraw from the app via push notifications. A little dangerous for me, but rad. Anyways, go check it out. It's all at distrokid.com/app. And don't forget, you can still get 30% off your Distrokid account by going to distrokid.com/VIP/tour stories. Have a great one. We would like to celebrate our friends and supporters over at Izotope.com. Fine makers of audio software for repair, mixing, and mastering. You know their goods: RX10, Neutron 4, Ozone 11, Nectar 4. Chris and I love them, we use them, and we know you'll love them too. And right now they're having a New Year's sale on many of their software bundles. Go to isotope.com and check it all out. And use code RUIN10 when you check out to get your discount. Again, it's izotope.com. And enjoy.
Need to repair ambience in your audio production? Check out Izotope, makers of audio repair, mixing, and mastering software and plugins. Tour Story listeners can get 10% off Izotope software by using code FRET10 at checkout. Go to izotope.com. Enjoy the show. Hey, Katie.
Hey, Joe Plumber.
How's it going?
It's going. How about you?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good today. I slept for more than 5 hours last night.
That's a big deal.
In a row. Yeah, I feel really good when I'm able to do that.
5+ is good.
Yeah. 5+ straight.
5+
No
straight. Like you entered REM maybe even twice.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Where are you? Are you in Nashville?
I am in Nashville, yes. That's where I live full time. Sitting in my living room right now, looking at a paper mache zebra that's about my size.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did you make that?
No, found it at an antique store.
I can imagine that. That's cool.
There's a lot of those down here.
How's it feel down there post-Trump?
I can definitively say that the day it was decided he lost, there was not much celebrating in the streets. Then again, most of the people that we know and love are sort of on the same tip. So there was definitely a feeling of like lightness and, okay. That was weird.
Yeah, one thing that I noticed was, amongst a million things, but one thing I noticed right away, kind of unconsciously, was the news was just it had plans.
Yeah.
And they were like
we were addressing issues again that actually need fixing. It was just so, honestly, just hearing Joe Biden get on the mic and his whole energy just felt like a warm hug. It was like, thank you so much for relieving us.
I know. I agree with you. It's
like you have a soul and a heart and a mind, and I'm thrilled about it.
Maybe that's why I slept 5 hours.
Maybe that is why you slept 5
hours. Maybe. How does the pandemic feel down there?
We don't see humans, we've just stopped seeing human beings. So this is how we communicate now. It's a little strange because we're definitely in the thick of people not thinking it's real. Mm-hmm. So that's sort of strange. Like, talking to my friends in New York City, it's like everyone just wears a mask and does what they're kind of supposed to do. And there's not really any question about it. Whereas here, you walk into the supermarket and people working there aren't wearing masks. So you're sort of like, okay.
Whoa.
I think I'm going to order my groceries on Amazon, give Jeff Bezos some more moolah because he so needs it.
He does need money.
He needs it.
He stepped down yesterday.
I saw that.
Yeah. Too much money.
Right. He had too much money.
Yeah, that's what I think his statement was, simply that. He couldn't get out of his house because of the money.
It's just like so mind-blowing and truly I actually, as much as having money is great. Like having that much money is like, to me, like just not goals at all. Like you're throwing off the balance of the world at that point. Like there's responsibility involved with that sort of,
Yeah.
I'd like to just be rich and then be able to fuck off and do what I want. It's like,
right. That kind of money is,
it's a lot.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you don't get to really enjoy it because it's sort of like everyone's sort of looking to you like, okay, what are you going to do about that?
How's the vaccine rolling out down there? Can you tell? Because it's not so hot here. I'm trying to get my parents signed up, and it's just as hard for me as it is for them.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's happening too quickly down here. I honestly don't really know anyone who's gotten it other than my brother's wife. My sister-in-law got it because she's a healthcare worker, but she lives in New York. So, I mean, it just seems like it's kind of been a very slow rollout. But I will say yesterday, the New York Times headline, I forget what the exact wording was, but it did feel like a glimmer of hope, like a glimmer of positivity. Like, I don't know. It's like, so crazy.
I saw something like that. I think it was Sunday. It was just it wasn't terribly dramatic and it wasn't over hopeful.
Right.
It was just like, it seems to be kind of working.
It was something like the vaccine is doing more than you think or something. So it was something to that effect where it was like, oh, okay. So like, it's not like everything's solved, which would definitely make a better headline, but that's not going to be the case for a while. So it was nice to see at least like numbers starting to taper off. I mean, it started to just get normal to see like, it's a weird reality right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have to admit, I was largely ignoring the last peak. My behavior has been the same for almost exactly a year.
Yeah.
But there could be another one tomorrow. It's too much.
Yeah. It's with the other strains of virus, it seems like even if the vaccine sort of does well, that then maybe there's a chance it's just going to swoop in from the side and kick us back down. I don't know. It's just going to be a long road. I will say it's definitely this whole year has really changed like how I see and do everything. And I'm not mad at that. Mm-hmm. There's certain things that I feel like, just thinking more about other people, thinking more about like how you can help someone, just not going through life with like tunnel vision all the time. Like, oh, got to get to this thing and I got to do this and then I got to do that. And you're sort of like only thinking about yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. That sounds like a good habit. I was going to ask you if you've picked up any bad habits in the last year.
Not in the last year.
No.
I mean, probably, 20 years ago, and I've stuck with them.
Yes, good. You pick up any good habits that you want to keep?
Practicing drums a lot.
Good. That's great.
My hub's got a kit, and it's just like, I can't say I'm a good drummer by any means, but like just sort of doing it feels really kind of meditative and awesome. And if I'm having a day where I'm like not able to write a song to my liking, it's just a great way to sort of stay in the mix of creating and just kind of, I don't know, playing musics.
That's nice. So outside of playing drums, have you been watching TV like everyone else or reading any good books?
I have been reading so much. I'm obsessed with reading. I've been watching so much television, so much, but like really garbage, like I really I like only the housewives and like women screaming at each other. And that's just, occasionally I'll watch something that's actually inspiring. But generally speaking, I like to shut off and listen to those ladies yell.
I haven't got into those ladies yet, but I have band members that do.
They're kind of amazing. It's a thing.
When I catch wind of it, I kind of think I could get into it.
I think maybe you could. I think you could let it in. Not that you should, not that it'll make your life any better. It'll actually probably make it worse. But, it's like time passers. But in terms of reading, I've been just like loving like so much, just like diving into these like alternate worlds and like kind of just finding like escape through these other stories that, I mean, maybe this is narcissistic, but I always find like some sort of like therapeutic release when I read. Like there's always something in the story that you can kind of like relate to, and then somehow it kind of makes you feel less alone that someone else is speaking to the experience. So I've been obsessively reading books. Right now I'm reading The Vulture by Gil Scott-Heron. And it's really wonderful. Like his writing is just, I mean, he's just the G.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll try it. The book I'm reading right now is called, what's it called? The Rain King, Sal Bello.
I've heard of that.
It's so dense.
Is it like, are you liking it, or it's just kind of...
I am liking it. It's one of those, for me, I have this experience when I read sometimes. If I'm reading a book that's dense, or the vocabulary is like, you know, like Michael Chabon or something, and it's like
Right.
the vocabulary is like a little over my head.
Yeah.
Or the density or the philosophy or something. But I can usually hang with most books.
Yeah.
And the experience I'm having with this is it seems a little dense and like in a different stratosphere at times, even though he's just kind of talking about regular things. But I am able to hold on to the narrative and the story. But there's, you know, sometimes 5 pages that go by and it's like, what was he talking
like,
about?
What the
but I'm yeah.
And then do you reread? Do you like go back and sort of to make sure that you're on the right track, or you kind of just say like, forget it, I'm reading to enjoy this? And
I did at the beginning, and I was
200
like, okay.
pages ago.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I can get this without getting it.
Right. Yeah, because I actually think, yeah, sometimes it's just like seeing beautiful words strung together. Like if that's all you are getting from something, that's enough.
I think so.
I really think so too.
Yeah, I mean, I could use maybe a reading club or a
you should
class
do it
or something for this book, but
I think it'd be cool.
I do too. Did you do any streaming, or have you been doing any of that streaming?
There's been some streaming. There's been some streaming. Yeah, there's been a couple. I played a show for like my album release on Baby's All Right. The venue in New York has like a thing called Baby's TV. And it was pretty fun, honestly. It's weird because when you're playing, you only see yourself.
Yeah.
Strange. But, you know, I guess I could make sure I didn't have any boogies or anything. Like, you know, I guess it's good in that way. My hair looks all right. But, yeah, it's weird. It's actually, people seem to think it was like a really nice little set. And that made me feel really good because it's just like, I totally forgot like what it feels like to play a show and then have people tell you how great you are at anything. It's like I've just been missing that.
Do you remember your last regular show?
Yeah. Actually, it was in January, and I got to play Daniel Johnston's birthday party, which was at the Moody Theater in Austin. And it was a really cool lineup. And Tom Gimbel, who works for ACL, invited me to be part of it. It was like, I was very honored. And it was a lot of fun, honestly. I'm like so sad that that's my last show, but it was definitely a good one to have as the last one, I think.
Yeah, that's a good one. I can't remember my last actual show. I think it was might have been in Tulsa. It was the end of a tour.
Nick and his bandmates came back from a European tour in February, and they were all like coughing and sneezing, and like we were all like, "Oh, it's just a cold," and like I'm like, I don't know, probably all just had COVID. I don't know. It's like, thank God everyone was okay, you know, like including the crew and stuff. But
yeah,
I mean, just a miracle to be like all right today, you know, like
that's
to
true.
be able to like sleep in a bed and eat meals and not be sick is just like, we cool.
Yeah.
And we grateful.
Did you have any shows scheduled?
You know, not many.
21? No.
I did. There was they opened a Brooklyn Bowl in Nashville, and I was supposed to play that after the Austin show, and that obviously got canceled. I hadn't scheduled anything. Actually, I was also supposed to get married in April, and we canceled that show too.
Oh man, the big show.
The big show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't really scheduled anything at all, to be honest, like other than virtual things. And there's been a few really fun things, and I don't know, I just take what I can get.
Yeah. In lieu of seeing you anytime soon, I'd like to play a tune. Is that cool?
Yeah, Joe Plumber.
How about Gone Too Soon?
How about it?
All right, here we go.
See me now, I think you would be proud.
All right. Killer song.
Thanks, Joe Plumber.
I like it. I listened to it about 3 times before we started talking. And I told you who it reminded me of a little bit. Not exactly.
Tell us again. I'm just kidding.
James Mercer.
Yeah, I put it in my back pocket for a rainy day when I'm feeling low self-esteem. How about it?
I'm not so sure James didn't steal that from you.
Oh my God.
I'll ask him.
Yeah. You should ask him.
When'd you make that record?
Over the course of kind of 2018, 2019. It all the recording happened in New York City, and then most of my vocals I ended up finishing in Nashville, but it was kind of it was a really cool way that it happened, actually. Cage the Elephant was recording a live album, and Ben Baptiste was in the United States from London producing it. He happens to be really good friends with Homer Steinweiss, who's a drummer, and I guess they had worked something out where Homer said, you know, you have studio time, come through with whatever you want. And Ben graciously said, you know, I like that song, that demo. You want to come record? And it started with it was like we all got in the room. It was me and my hubby, Nick Bockrath, and Ben and Homer and Scott Metzger and his wife, Katie Jacoby. And it like just was so natural. And the first song we recorded was Every Single Time. And then it ended up being like, well, come back. And I was like, are you sure you want me back? And then we ended up doing another 5 songs. And then I sort of went back to the drawing board and tried to outdo some of the songs, rework certain things, trying to make them stronger. And ultimately, yeah, it was like a long process, but it was cool. Yeah, I felt like I had to like get better over the process, if that makes sense, rather than just like recording an entire album in a week.
Yeah, that's interesting that you got the time to do that. And it seems like, well, hopefully it left you the right amount of time to think about it and make adjustments and not
overthink it.
Yeah, too much time.
What I do is I'm really obsessed with lyrics and writing the song. But beyond that, like when it comes to like all you tweaker dudes where you're like, oh, it's like 1 BPM too fast. Like it's like if it feels good, it's good. I definitely was pulling my hair out a little bit, like waiting for things to get done because I was eager to release it. But I definitely didn't. I don't think I had too much of a hand in kind of. I wasn't allowed to over edit because I don't do that.
Right.
So it's like
cool.
I did my thing. So thank God. My OCD would have been ripping.
Yeah. I have to ask, did Homer play all the drums on it?
He did. He's so special.
Yeah, he is special.
He's a booby.
I'm jealous of him.
Oh my God. Just because of his chops or as a person?
Yeah. Oh, I don't even know him. But yeah, just I like to watch him play. It's killer.
Yeah, he's a fun drummer. I bet y'all would be friends. Have you guys met before?
Yeah, I met him once at a Auerbach solo show.
Got it. Maybe the Arcs or something. Are you using a fun? What's your mug right now?
Speaking of the Arcs.
Okay, wait.
Funny that you saw that.
Hell yeah, because we have one too. And I honestly literally have the hex is like right on the bookshelf.
Oh,
right
really?
Here. Yeah, forever, always.
As we were talking about the Arcs and it wasn't planned.
Nope. That's because, yeah.
Swift's up there.
I was going to say there's an angel watching over this right now, really digging it.
With a big curly head.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful soul. I think he'd be like, yeah, Shecky, get it. Yeah, Joe, thanks for asking Shecky to do this.
You been listening to any new tunes? Or have you been listening to any tunes that are new to you that you're psyched on?
Yeah. Natalie Bergman from Wild Bell, she just put out some solo music. Actually, I think it might only be one song thus far, but it's great. Really great. It's called Talk to the Lord. It's sort of a gospel. I think she sort of made a gospel album, and it's beautiful. Like I heard it, you know, when you hear a song one time and you're like, I know this song already. I don't know. It's just like,
yeah.
What else? I always listen to a lot of Betty Davis.
All right.
My friend Jamie has a band called Microwave Mountain, and they released a song called "Don't Get Jammed Up Out There," and I just it's like such a fucking jam.
I love that.
It's so
band
good.
name.
I think you'd love this song too.
I'll
It
check
just
it.
has a lot of personality. It's fucking
That's
dope.
cool.
He's so dope. There's always more music. I'm always trying to listen to more music.
New Mad Lib. Whoa.
Haven't listened to that yet. Is it
Whoa.
incredible?
It's incredible.
Genius.
Yeah.
An actual genius.
2 people yesterday sent it to me.
Awesome.
2 different people, and I was like, "What? Why didn't I listen to it
Oh my God.
before they sent it to me?" But man, yeah, me and my 6-year-old listened to it this morning.
Oh
It's
my
insane.
gosh. So your
Yeah.
6-year-old is just going to be like cutting edge, because that is like, I was listening to Rafi or something that age. Maybe the Beatles, but like, come on,
Yeah.
Madlib, that's
Yeah.
raising them right.
Yeah, but if you put the Beatles on, that still wins with that age group. Man.
It makes sense. There's like something so playful about the whole sonic experience of the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to let you go here in a few minutes, but I want to ask you, do you have any parting words? Any positive parting words for the people? Tried to throw in many P's as I could.
Yeah, parting words for the people. Parting
Positive parting words
Positive
for the
parting.
people.
I don't know, who am I to say anything, but I think that the days that I spend less time thinking about me and how I can serve this entity, those are the days I feel sadder. And the days that I look outward and try and in any way touch someone's life to make a moment of joy or whatever, I feel better. And I think that as a society, we really have to start thinking like that. Like, just so many people are super, super struggling. And I think we just all have to like constantly be looking at like what we can do and how we can help other people. I don't know if that's positive, but I'm a goth. So
That's it.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for talking. It was great to meet you.
So
I'll
great
see you.
to meet you.
I'll see you in Nashville when I'm there.
That would be so rad.
I don't know when it's going to be, but I hope it's going to be in less than a year. I just hope. I'm trying
I
not
hope
to
so
have
too, man.
false hope, but
I know it's almost like optimism versus reality, and kind of where do you fall on that,
yeah.
Yeah.
I got a little sick of my hope, but it's coming back.
That's a line right there. I got a little sick. That's good. That's good.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Thank you.
And
So fun chatting,
yeah, we'll see you down the road.
for sure. In Nashville. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
She got the red fur on, she's leather bound. In your neighborhood, she's coming for you. Sitting by yourself like a perfect target. Lonely heart with no armor, you're a bullseye, baby. And all your friends, they tried to warn you. You're walking right into a perfect storm. You'll be riding a blame train back to town if you don't hurry up and slow down. Slow down for your run right in. Slow down for your run right in. Slow down for your run right into trouble. to